Hey everyone! Welcome back to WrestleNewsMania, your one-stop source for all things WWE. Today, we're recapping the action-packed post-Bad Blood edition of WWE SmackDown. But before we dive in, don't forget to hit that like button, comment, share, and subscribe for all your wrestling updates. Let's get right into the recap of tonight's SmackDown. Jimmy Uso promo with Roman Reigns. The night kicked off with Jimmy Uso making his long-anticipated return after an injury. Jimmy immediately set his sights on addressing the state of the bloodline. Roman Reigns came down to the ring, and the two had a tense exchange. Jimmy seemed to want reconciliation, but Reigns, showing his dominant tribal chief persona, wasn't so ready to forgive. Their interaction teased a major storyline development that could shake up the bloodline in the coming weeks. LA Knight vs. Carmelo Hayes, U.S. Championship match. In what was set to be a great match between LA Knight and Carmelo Hayes for the United States Championship, things took an interesting turn. Andrade ringside interference distracted Hayes at a critical moment, allowing LA Knight to capitalize with a BFT and retain his title. While the match was solid, the bigger story here is that WWE seems to be setting up a triple threat match for the U.S. Championship at Crown Jewel, involving LA Knight, Carmelo Hayes, and Andrade. Result: LA Knight defeated Carmelo Hayes to retain the United States Championship. Kevin Owens and Randy Orton backstage segment. Backstage, Kevin Owens interrupted a lighthearted segment with Lash legend and Jakara Jackson, clearly frustrated about his current standing. Owens expressed anger about Cody Rhodes, teasing a heel turn in the process. Randy Orton, who was trying to calm Owens down, got caught in the middle of the chaos. The segment ended with Owens storming off, adding more fuel to his ongoing feud with Cody Rhodes. Main event, Solo Sikoa vs. Jimmy Uso. In the night's main event, we saw Jimmy Uso face Solo Sikoa. The match was as much about their deep-rooted family issues as it was about their in-ring skills. Solo dominated for much of the match, using interference from the Bloodline allies, but Jimmy showed signs of rust after his injury. However, Roman Reigns' attempted intervention added more complexity to the feud. In a shocking turn, Solo Sikoa attacked Roman Reigns post-match, hitting him with a Samoan spike, leaving fans stunned. Result: Solo Sikoa defeated Jimmy Uso. Now that we've recapped the key moments, let's dive into the up, the down, and the ugly of tonight's SmackDown. The up. Kevin Owens' heel turn execution. Kevin Owens' backstage segment further pushed his inevitable heel turn, and the execution was excellent. His growing frustration, especially with Cody Rhodes and his interactions with Randy Orton, has added depth to his character. WWE is handling this turn effectively, giving Owens room to develop into a key heel figure once again. Jimmy Uso vs. Solo Sikoa storyline. Jimmy Uso's return to action may have shown some signs of rust, but the storytelling more than made up for it. The tension between Jimmy and Solo is building up to something huge, with Roman Reigns caught in the middle. Solo's post-match attack on Reigns was shocking and hinted at future betrayals and power struggles within the bloodline. This storyline is a continuation of one of the best family-driven narratives in WWE. LA Knight vs. Carmelo Hayes, Andrade feud development. The match itself was solid, but the bigger picture is WWE setting up a triple threat match for the U.S. Championship at Crown Jewel, featuring LA Knight, Carmelo Hayes, and Andrade. This feud is gaining momentum and promises to deliver a stellar match at Crown Jewel, positioning these three stars as major players in the U.S. title scene. The down. LA Knight vs. Carmelo Hayes match outcome. While the storyline is building towards something big, the match outcome felt slightly disappointing. The interference by Andrade, although a key part of the storyline, made the match feel less impactful than it could have been. Fans were expecting a more decisive battle between Knight and Hayes without the distractions. The ugly. Tonight's SmackDown didn't really have any moments deserving of the ugly category. From the developing Bloodline saga to Kevin Owens' slow burn heel turn, most of the segments hit their mark or added to the larger picture. Well, guys, that wraps up today's recap of WWE SmackDown. We had shocking returns, emotional family feuds, and some incredible in-ring action. What are your thoughts on the Bloodline storyline? And are you excited for the upcoming U.S. Championship triple threat match? Let us know in the comments below. And don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to WrestleNewsMania for all your WWE updates.